Good afternoon, everyone. If you can hear me and see me clearly, please comment in the comment box so I have a fair idea you're looking at me and well as listening to me very loud and clear. Okay, thank you. This is our first session today called the Super Sundays. I'll explain to you in a bit what is Super Sunday, who I am, and why I'm doing this. When you reach about some expectations, achievements in your life, you want to share it with others. And that's exactly what myself and a lot of other people like Kishore are doing. We want to share, we want to make it known that you are not alone in this journey. We are with you. Thank you, Kishore, for giving me that thumbs up. Oh, you want me to be a little loud voiced? No problem. I shall surely take care of that. So that is one of the reasons why when Kishore asked me if I would do a Super Sunday, I actually said that yes, I can do it. I can share my experiences, I can share my learning to all those who need it, to all those who want it. They rightly say, right? When you are ready to accept things, learn new things, a teacher, a mentor, a peers. And you too can think just likewise. So that's what Kishore has got to us, and I'm getting it to you, the Super Sunday, every week at 2 p.m. henceforth. A little background of who I am. I know a lot of people know me, a lot of people do not know me, but just let me set that tone right. I'm Anupama Parker. If you've seen the flyer going about, you know my name. You've seen the logo on the flyer, that's 4C Integrated Communicators, of which I am the director. We are basically a 9-year-old marketing communications agency based here in Dubai, supporting startups, SMEs, single owners like you to manage their marketing function or their marketing department. So you can rightly call us your offsite or outsourced marketing department. Personally, I have been almost 16 plus years in the industry, worked in agencies, worked in FMCG, worked in real estate, and that's quite a bit of experience that I have in different sectors. And some time back, when I came into Dubai, I had this dream of starting a business, and maybe today I have made it into a reality. That's all about Anupama. Our today's topic is Market the Gap. Now, why did I pick up that topic for our first session? Because many of you are thinking of starting a business, maybe have just started, and are wondering how to take it forward. What do I need to do before I take the plunge? Or if I've taken the plunge, where do I go from here? How do I take it forward, one step at a time? What things I do need to know? Where are the challenges? Where are the ups? Where are the downs? When we start off, everybody is apprehensive with all these lots of questions. And maybe this is one of my channels to touch you, to tell you that you are not alone. You, as well as many others around you, are going through the same dilemma. how to start a business. Where do I start? If I want to start with a business, which business I should get into? I can make things easy for you by telling my own story. And maybe that would help you, inspire you, motivate you, and instigate you to take the next step. I was born in India, long way back. Did my college, schooling, everything happened in India. I come from a family of businessmen. My father, my uncles, my grandfather, everybody has been through business. They never had any other careers than business. So business is in my veins. It runs in my blood. But after landing in Dubai in 1996, I had to take a career gap. Of course, family comes first, and I got a little tied up with my own life, with my own baby, with my own family. And by the time I decided to take the plunge, things had changed a lot. What business I knew in the early 1990s, in the early 20s, it had completely changed. I had to do a lot of work. And especially in a market like Dubai, where everything is so dynamic, so volatile, I had to do a lot of groundwork. I knew what I was getting into. I was getting into making quick decisions. I was getting into sleepless nights. I was getting into a lot of work. I was getting into a lot of quick decision making. And I was ready for it. Whoever gets into business gets with that mindset that I am ready to take any risks. He gets into business knowing how much of efforts will go into it before he can see the first ray of hope, the first taste of success. So we are always ready. An entrepreneur mindset is always ready to take on risks. But now, even before I would think about what business I should do, I need to know my own challenges, my own weaknesses, my own strengths. Why do people do business? I asked myself. Yes, to earn their bread and butter. Maybe they're passionate about something and they want to commercialize it. Or just plain, they want to help others who are in need, and in turn make a commercial enterprise out of it. Whatever the reason may be, but the ground rules are the same. You have to have a strong foundation. And the strong foundation begins with you. It begins from oneself. Do I have the mindset to be an entrepreneur? Do I have in it the courage in me to take risk? Do I have the confidence in me to stand through each ups and downs? Wow, so many questions. And if you need an answer, you just need to turn yourselves, your attention, your focus inwards. When I did so, I realized that I need to work on myself. I knew how to run a business. I need to know the ropes of running it in a market like Dubai and take it forward step by step. Rome was not built in a day. It took time, so I need to be patient. I need to gather that courage and confidence to take that step, and I did take it. First, knowing the objective of what I wanted to do business for. Why do I want to do business? I wanted the freedom of choice. I wanted the liberty to live my lifestyle. I wanted the liberty to make things work for me rather than for somebody else. And that was one objective I got into business. Now, business, as my father says, is done by people for people. So you can't do away without considering them. Now, the next question that pops up is, who should I do business for? Who is my target? What is that service or product I can get to the table for them to come to me? And why they should come to me? If you can answer these three questions, who your target audience is, what product or service you offer them, and why they should come to you, the first step of business is already laid down. It's actually the starting point of building your foundation. If you can answer these three questions, there's no way you can go wrong. So I got myself jazzed up by working in advertising. I knew how the market was, what was the need of the hour. There was learning almost every day. In an arena, in a market, if suppose you are coming up with a product, there's surely going to be similar products. If you come up with something different, that is your differentiator. But if not, can I give you an example of maybe coffee? If I have to start a cafe serving coffee, there are already businesses who are doing that in the market. There's Costa, there's Starbucks, there is Gloria, many more. Right from the cafeteria which serves a 1 dirham coffee to outlets that charge around 30-35 dirhams for a coffee. Now, in such a scenario, what should I be doing to make sure that my coffee is accepted, is known, and generates revenue and makes it a successful enterprise? And that's where we start talking about marketing the gap. Now you ask me, Anupama, what is marketing the gap? Every market has many players and many people who need those products and services. But as the market matures, the products and services might not fulfill the needs of the customer. Likewise, whatever products and services are there might just not be matured enough for the new market. In both the scenarios where it's all too volatile and dynamic, you need to keep on innovating. You need to keep on getting new products to serve the market. And that's where this gap takes place. How do you find this gap? Even before you can start a business, you can actually get down with pen and paper and put down it on paper how much of gap is there in the market, or what kind of gap is there in the market. Now let me take my own example. When I said I want to start a business, and that too as a marketing communications agency, where did it come from? Why did I zero down on that particular business? When I was working, I was collecting this marketing intel. I was collecting this market ideas, scenarios, requirements, needs of customers. And I found one thing. Anybody who walked through our doors in the agency, if you do not have a particular ad spend, you are not my client. We showed you the door. And I said, oh my God, every business needs marketing. Be it a startup, an established business, an SME, a multinational, everybody needs marketing. How can somebody turn away these people? They need marketing. That was my first learning. My second learning, these people who were turned away, why didn't they have a marketing spend? Oh yes, because they didn't create one. Their business plans did not have the marketing spend added to it. They did not know how to do it. They were either ignorant, they were not just literate enough to understand it, or plainly they ignored it. So they need a bit of learning on that aspect as to how to create the marketing spend. That means we need to make sure that they create a perfect business plan. Third, maybe they were just too pressurized with day-to-day operations that they never looked at this kind of things, these challenges. And it just piled up on them till they had to go to somebody else for learning, knowledge, and help. When I realized this gap, I said, yes, this is where I'm going to start my business with. I need a marketing communications agency. But was that enough? Was knowing that gap in the market enough? No. I need to do something about it. I need to validate it. I need to see that it's a viable solution that I can provide to this particular gap. We surely see the gap in the market, but do we see the market in the gap? And when I mean by market in the gap, is its commercial viability. We are doing business, and business is for commercial purpose. If I cannot monetize my business, then it is all set for failure. So what do I do to make or find out if this business or this gap does have a market? Is it a viable commercial gap that I'm looking at? Do I have customers within this gap? And to understand this, you need to do a few things. You need to do a few things like, first, I need market intel. Market intel comes from every aspect that you can think of, be it social media, talk to your friends, talk to your vendors, talk to any person that you feel is your prospective client. Gather information as much as you can. Analyze it. Analyze it in terms of, is there really a need for my business? Is there enough market or enough customers in the gap to make my business viable? And if you have the answer yes to it, then go to the next step. Now it's all processes. Now it's all analysis. Now it's all decision making. First and foremost, I need to position myself. Positioning just doesn't mean that, yes, I am going to be an affordable, cost-effective, easily accessible business. That's not positioning. Positioning has to be very, very specific. Positioning is the starting point where you start reaching out to your prospective customers saying, I am this. So when it came to 4C, we said that we are your outsourced, we are your off-site marketing department. Once we had the positioning picked, we knew this was our niche because we knew there was customer base for this kind of a service. We knew it was viable. The next step is the SWOT analysis. How many of you have done SWOT analysis for your business or are thinking of doing so before starting one? Please put it in the comments and I have a fair idea of how many are into it. I'll wait for the comments to come in. SWOT analysis has a two-pronged purpose. It focuses on internal strengths and weaknesses, and on the external forces, which is the opportunities and the threats. In the SWOT analysis, you understand what are the strengths of your business. Even before you have started it, you understand what are the weaknesses of your business, even before you have started it. What kind of opportunities are available? Maybe when we started business, we were looking at just one aspect of it. We are going to help you manage your marketing department. But we didn't realize how much of automation, technical aspects, creative aspects we would get to the table. Those were our opportunities, and those are our opportunities. The threats. When you're talking about threats, there might be a lot of internal as well as external threats. When you've done a SWOT analysis, you are in a better position to understand what to do next. This is my strength. Can I make it into my differentiator? This is my weakness. How do I weaken it? Can I make it into my strength? Maybe I have to collaborate with somebody to make it into my strength. Can I take that decision now? All the small things are pulled together into a SWOT analysis. And that's the second step of mapping that gap, mapping that market within that gap. The third is the perceptual map. Now, perceptual maps are something that we have learned during business school. Have you put your perceptual map in your business plan? Try to do one, and that's when you will realize, because now you'll start looking at competitors. You will look at what others are doing, and that start mapping out where you really want to put yourself. Do you want to be the best in quality? Are you competing with the big brands? Or you're competing with the fag end of the spectrum? Where you want to position yourself? What do you want people to think about you? It will support your branding. It will make sure that your communication throughout your branding, marketing, and the business delivery is aligned. Perceptual maps make a huge lot of a difference when rightly done to businesses. The secret of business, I tell you, is not what you know or what you have. It's about what you don't know that you don't have. The more things that you start getting into, exposing yourself in terms of the market that you're going to play in, it becomes much more easier to create a document for your business. And that's the business plan. Once your perceptual map is done, that's when you decide the differentiator of the business. You have a gap. You're mapping out that gap with your market intel, with your SWOT analysis, with your perceptual map. And now you need a differentiator to put the stamp that, yes, this is the business I am going to do, and take it forward. The differentiator can be a unique selling point. A differentiator be something like there's a product or service the first time in the market, or a product or service that's better than the others. There are many strategies to it, but the loud and clear ones are, of course, your USP, the unique selling point, which differentiates you from the others. Your first mover's advantage, that means nobody else has that kind of a service or product. You are the first one to launch it. Or third is you are better. You have some competitive advantage over others in this particular product or service. Once you have this unique selling proposition or a differentiator or the standout statement for your business, that's when your idea of doing a business, taking an idea to fruition, is stamped, sealed to move forward. You have completed the first step or the foundation of starting out your business. After these 4 steps, just having them around doesn't suffice. It needs to be documented. And that document is called a business plan. Many of businesses, I have met business owners where I ask them, where is your business plan? And they're absolutely clueless of what a business plan is. Business plan, yeah, I have done the projections, I have done how much capital I would require and how my delivery process is going to be, and that's the end of it. If you do not have a business plan, that means you have set yourself for failure. A business plan is a document which tells you what you need to do, when you need to do, how you need to do, and where it will take you. Henceforth, every week, then we do Super Sundays, we are going to touch upon each of these aspects one by one. A lot of you have asked me this question in the comment box. Is this a generic session that's going to happen? Yes, it's going to be more generic because it takes into consideration each and every one who wants to start a business or have just started or is planning to start and get into the head start into their entrepreneurial journey. We want to help as many people as possible to take the first step. If you have any concerns, if you have any comments, you can surely get back to me on my WhatsApp number 054-994-7691. And I'll surely try to support you, help you in taking the first step. If you have any comments, you want to know more, you want to debate on my session, you want to agree or disagree, I am ready for it. Throw your brickbats on the WhatsApp number 054-994-7691. My objective of talking to you is only to make sure that whatever I have learned in my entrepreneurial journey, I share it with you. If you can learn from it, well and good. My objective is fulfilled. If it inspires you to take your first step and need the first push, just WhatsApp me and I'll give you the nudge. And if there's anything otherwise when it comes to business, you're always welcome to ask and you shall receive. The right, the reality check, and of course, a very, very rational, justified answer to your query. For today, I think that's enough of marketing the gap. I hope you have taken some insight into how to map the gap and see if it's a viable solution for your first step in business. Just to summarize, when you map the gap, please make sure you have the market intel, Make sure you have done a SWOT analysis. You have done enough of research on your competitors so that you have a perceptual map ready. And fourth, and the most important, you have a differentiator for your business. With this, I take your leave for today, and let's meet next Sunday, same place, same platform at 2 p.m. on Super Sundays. Thank you very much.